What goes through your head when a doctor stands in your room and says, Mark, you've had not one, you've had 2 strokes?
Oh, Jesus Christ, is exactly what went through my head. And then I thought, well, I'm here. I feel okay. At no stage in any of this, Kieran, did I feel unwell. No nausea. I hadn't been ill coming up to it. I'm healthy as a horse. Everything they told me to do in terms of recovery, I had been doing for the last 30 years. You know, I mean, you know me well enough. I live like a monk.
Yeah.
Don't sleep, don't smoke, don't drink, go to bed early, get up early, eat properly, exercise 3 to 4 times a week. So everything that they would have said I should do, I've been doing that for donkey's years. So in terms of what could have happened, incredibly lucky and incredibly grateful, right? Because I've had no loss of paralysis, no drooping of features, no loss of power in any limbs. The one material, physical piece of damage that's been done is that I've lost 1/4 of my vision. So if you take your vision as being a circle, divide it in 4, bottom left-hand quadrant is gone, which means I'll never drive again. Because
never.
No.
It must, though, have an impact on your sense of self-worth. I mean, we all like to think that we have complete agency over this body that we control. Yeah. And now, I suppose, on some level, like at an abstract level, we all know that, there's things, though, that can happen that takes away that agency. You've actually experienced it.
Funnily enough, given how hard I worked at the kind of the physical side of my life, you would think that would probably be the worst kick in the privates for me. Actually, that's not been the most difficult thing. The most difficult, and anybody who has gone through a stroke, who's listening, or who has had family members go through it, they will know this, that one of the hardest things is in the aftermath. There's an acute anxiety and depression that comes with it. And the anxiety is about whether it'll happen to you again. Not that when it will, but not if it will, but when it will. And then there's this depression about who am I now post-stroke? What was I before post-stroke? Who am I now? Can I be that again? Can I be the same old Mark? Will people look at me differently? For example, in this game, will people, having heard this, will they pick up the phone and say, oh, listen, we have a gig, Mark, are you interested? I'm not the kind of person who has nightmares, but I have 2 nightmares now as a result of it. One was that if that had happened 5 minutes earlier when I was in the car, I drove a big tank of a car, 3.5 litre engine. Very nice car. I loved it. Big, huge, powerful thing, right? If I had collapsed and put my foot on that accelerator in that car, I would have flattened whatever was in front of me. Yeah. Car or human being. And I have nightmares about that. So
still.
I don't think I'll ever stop having them, because it could so easily have happened. It could it was the grace of God it didn't happen, Kieran.
What's your other nightmare?
My other nightmare is that the last thing my kids and my family will remember is me going off to get Szechuan noodles and me being covered by a blanket in a supermarket in Sutton Cross.
It ages you, does it, more than other... In people's eyes, is that the fear? That I know you talk about the young person and the young man who's in that awful situation in the ward with you, but that you get a sense from other people that a stroke is something maybe that happens to older people, even if it's not necessarily true?
No, age isn't the word I would use.
Okay.
Diminish.
Right.
That you are somehow lesser. Now, that could be paranoia on my part. It could just be my take on it. But, you kind of... I try and put myself where you are. Yeah. And I ask the questions and I go, well, how would I respond?
Do you feel lesser?
Do you know what? This is the most honest answer I can give you. I don't know yet, because I'm only coming out the other side. And part of coming in here is because I want to tell, and I want to tell people I'm not dead yet. I'm still standing. I'm still swinging. I'm still going, right? As far as I can tell, I'm pretty much the old me. Not firing on all cylinders totally yet, but that'll come. But also to say to anybody else out there who's going through the same thing, you're not dead either. You're not. It isn't over.